The NBA Summer League is back in Vegas. It's the event where you can see the future stars of the league take the court for the very first time. This time on Sin City Beat, we're celebrating 21 years of the NBA Summer League. Let's do this thing. Sin City Beat starts right now.
From Las Vegas, this is Sin City Beat.
Hello and welcome to Sin City Beat. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm your host, Mike Davis. Sin City Beat is the show that dissects the Vegas sports world through the eyes of the reporters and storytellers leading the charge. Joining the action today, we have Warren LeGarie, co-founder of the NBA Summer League, Gary Washburn, national NBA writer for the Boston Globe, and our very own Paloma Villicana, sports reporter with Fox 5 Las Vegas. So thanks so much, guys, for being here. So the NBA Summer League is celebrating 21 years, debuting in 2004. Now, the competition started with 6 NBA teams playing a total of 13 games. Now, all 30 teams participate with a total of 76 games being played throughout the 11-day event. Now, from Steph Curry to Giannis, from KD to SGA and the Joker, Summer League has been the place to see future stars of the NBA take the hardwood for the very first time as pros. So Warren, as a co-founder of the Summer League, what has this event really meant for the NBA and its growth?
At first, not much. We slowly convinced them through a lot of this is the era where social media started growing. It was one of these harmonic convergences where before that, summer leagues were basically a pain in most people's rear ends, and it was just something they had to drudge through for a few days and get back to the real life of them waiting for fall camp. So there was this really a desert of time between the finals and when they actually started fall camp. Other than the draft, nothing ever happened. And so a lot of people just gave up on it. We were actually always working here. There was a former running Rebel coach, Tim Gurvich, who went to the pros, was working with the Sonics, and he would bring a ton of guys down here. A lot of players leave here off season for the tax reasons. Right. So all of a sudden there was a ton of players, activity, and they wanted more. And they ganged up on me and forced me to go and embarrass myself in front of the league and say, can we have a summer league here? It'll make a lot of sense. And so that's how it humbly began. And
for you, Gary, I mean, just covering the league for such a long time, when did it start generating some juice on your end where it became a can't-miss event for you coming all the way from Boston?
Yeah, I'd say like the late 2000s. My first one was, I think, 04, 05, and you would see kind of guys who were like just free agents, not as maybe NBA ready, but then when the rookies and the first-round picks, like when I covered the Sonics, Kevin Durant was my first summer league, and like I don't know, he should have gotten an extra small jersey because he was so skinny.
He couldn't get wet when he showered. Yeah. That's how skinny he was.
Yeah, I mean just to see those pictures now of him playing in his first summer league and just this jersey just rolling around everywhere because he was so small.
He's still pretty skinny too, which is fun,
like,
you know.
He's bulky compared to then, and you could just see the growth and the excitement. And you could see the fans coming in, especially when the Lakers played. Obviously, a lot of LA fans would obviously make the commute, the 4-hour commute, and a lot of Lakers fans obviously live in Vegas. So you could see the interest in the league, and the league as a whole, with LeBron being in it, started to grow. I think there was a lot of concern about the post-Jordan era. What's the league going to do that Jordan's gone? But right. with LeBron and Kobe and Shaq, it just took off. And there was much more interest in the beginnings of the league, college ball, and the guys going to the league. Where are they going to go? How are they going to play?
It's fascinating, Paloma, because for you, even being a beat reporter with the Runnin' Rebels, you were talking with Pastner, just the juice and the excitement that the Summer League has for them being at the Thomas and Mack. Can you share a little bit about that?
Well, the fact that it's at UNLV, a huge opportunity for the Runnin' Rebels, for the brand of UNLV, but not just at the Thomas and Mack, just being out in the city this weekend. You see agents, scouts, coaches, players, they're throughout the city. So as a local here in Vegas, it's so exciting to go to your local coffee shop. You don't know who you're going to run into because everyone is here in the city from the NBA. So not only at a collegiate level, but an economic level too, you know, the impact it's had here in the city. But no doubt really cool to see the Runnin' Rebels and kind of have the greats in the building. They use the practice facility, they're in and out of there. So really, really cool that it's not just at the Thomas Mac, you feel the summer league's effect all over the city.
Yeah, 100%. And Warren, just last thing on this. I mean, to button this segment up, just the growth and the responsibility that this has had just on creating a narrative for the NBA in a void when, after the draft, after the finals, what is being talked about NBA-wise? The NFL does such a good job keeping the narrative running. What has the Summer League done in
There's
that?
a little rumor that says the NBA is no longer a basketball organization, it's a media organization. And that's what they're doing. They're taking these individuals and they're making them bigger than life. A lot of these incomes that they're making is a result of all this enormous sort of from sponsors and everybody else diving in because they realize they get so much reach for their dollar. So the NBA now sees this as a tremendous marketing opportunity here, having everybody here. The other thing they know, it's easier to bring the owners here. They bring all the people from around the world with the NBA, so they can also have those very important league meetings that determine what policy is going to be, what new ideas they're going to bring to the plate. So it becomes, again, one of the, it's Vegas, so it ain't dull either, so they can work all day and have fun at night.
Hey, that's
But
a
a little tidbit to the Running Rebels.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg has produced this incredible movie called Kings of Vegas. And it's about that incredible year when they beat Duke. And we're going to be showing it. We have a film festival this year because our league is about storytelling, being there first, being able to say, I was there, I saw this. Well, film takes it to another level, and it lives longer. So it's going to be shown Saturday night in our Strip View Pavilion. It's in the back. Buying a Summer League ticket gets you into the movie.
Oh, see,
but
look
it's
at
going to be a
that.
gigantic, it's going to be something very, very, very gigantic for the Running Rebels
There you
because
go.
it brings back those very positive and hopeful future memories.
I love that. All right, guys. Well, Victor Wembanyama, Zion Williamson, two guys who had massive debuts at the NBA Summer League. Where does Cooper Flagg's debut rank? We're breaking that down after the break.
You're watching Sin City Beat.
All right, so from Dwight Howard to Cooper Flagg, there's been 16 players selected first overall in the NBA draft who have played at NBA Summer League before their rookie season. Now, of course, Wemby and Zion garnered much interest, igniting historic debuts, but Cooper Flagg, where does his debut rank? According to Sports Ratings Tracker, last Thursday's Lakers-Mavericks Summer League game featuring Cooper Flagg and Bronny James averaged just over 955,000 viewers on ESPN, peaking at 1.12 million viewers, making it the fourth largest Summer League audience ever on ESPN. Now, for reference, Wemby in 2023 had 1.39 million viewers, and Zion in 2019 had 1.61 million viewers. So, Gary, you were in the house for Bronny versus Flagg. Tell me where the debut and the spectacle ranked in your eyes.
It was a big night, obviously, because obviously Warren does an amazing job of pitting teams together that's going to bring both fan bases. So obviously everyone want to see Cooper Flagg, and everyone want to see Bronny and how he looks and whether he's progressed over from his first to his second year. He has, and then so it was kind of a great matchup, and that's what the Summer League's all about. You know, if you're playing at Thomas and Mack, that's a big game, especially for the rookies. They understand that. They've watched these things on TV over the last several years. So I thought it was a successful event. Flagg would be, he was fine. He didn't hit a lot of shots, but you could just see it. And I just think that maybe fans who aren't really familiar with basketball as much look and go, he missed a lot of shots. He's going to be, as Warren alluded to, the social media generation of, oh, he's terrible, he's trash if you go 1 for 10. But you could just see his feel for the game. You could see he's a pro. You could tell when you look at a Summer League game, people go, well, how do you judge them? You could just tell the comfort, and you could tell the pros out there. You could tell the guys who are going to have successful careers.
Yeah, I mean, the next night, or his second game, dropping 31 points. So, I mean, he really took to the game very easy, and just that intensity that he showcased and displayed at Duke was on full display at Summer League as well. I mean, Warren, two heavyweights. I mean, having the stands, the fans were going crazy every time Bronny
Gary, that
and
draw was
Cooper.
just luck. We just
Well, that's what I was going to ask. I mean, that was premeditated, right? That was a great idea. Tell us a little bit about the origination of that, the impetus to make that work.
Look, we're fans at heart too. We know what we want to see. We're not much different, and that's kind of the success of the Summer League. We're not these overlords who've never been around to us. We just want real basketball. We want guys who compete. Bronny's going to be a pro too. Let's not sell him short. Everybody, this is a kid that came back from a heart surgery. Nobody's good after heart surgery for 2 years.
Yeah.
This kid could have said, no, I'm going to hold a pity party. My dad's got enough money. I'm just going to sit at home. He challenged himself. And he comes down here and he plays his tail off. And he's going to be a pro because he has the grit.
Yeah.
And more importantly, physically. I mean, people don't get that. This he was holding Flagg, right?
Yeah.
He did a good job.
Yeah, no, they had
despite the size difference.
They were battling. It was a great thing to see. And, as Paloma, as you alluded to, it's so much more than basketball. I saw Warren, hamming it up with Mark Cuban. He was talking to Roy Williams, former coach of UNC. I mean, Warren's all over. Tell us a little bit just about what you've heard from that big heavyweight debut in comparison to what we saw with Wemby and Zion and all that.
It's been fun how big Summer League is every year. It's almost like who's who, because not only do you have athletes there, but everyone in sports that's someone is there. So it's a lot of fun to see, and like you mentioned, opening night just electric. It's so fun to see fans from not only all over the world. I mean, I heard fans speaking all different languages coming in. So not only is it just a national spotlight, it's a global spotlight here in Las Vegas. And for the Runnin' Rebels, from a local perspective, these guys are just fired up to see that type of talent in their building. I know Runnin' Rebels head coach Josh Pastner was like, NCAA, we can't recruit at Summer League, no recruiting. Because, of course, Cooper Flagg, just 18 years old. I mean, speaking of just his talent, his athleticism, his size, his dominance, he is going to be something really special this year. And, 18 years old. Of course, Josh Pastner is like, no recruiting at Summer League. We'd love to have him, but just the eyeballs on the Thomas and Mack. Obviously, the Runnin' Rebels are trying to get their program back to dominance, and the eyeballs on the Thomas and Mack and UNLV and being here in Las Vegas and all the greats being here at once, it means a lot to this city.
Yeah, 100%. Real quick, Gary, last thing here. You cover the NBA. You've seen a lot of these guys, Jason Tatum, superstars of the league that really, show so much prowess on the floor, but might not be able to live up to the face of the NBA kind of moniker. Do you think Cooper Flagg possesses that? Could you see from 2 days in being the #1 overall pick, does he have that potential in his future?
I think he's obviously an American kid. He's from Maine. He just kind of personifies like small town America, a kid from one of the smallest states. No one really in Vegas thinks about the state of Maine. Like what's,
Rick Carlisle and Jim Boylan.
Yeah.
Only other guys from there.
Well, yeah.
I live in Boston, so Maine is a couple of hours away, so I've been to Maine, but no one really thinks about Maine. And obviously he's had to prove for years that they do have ball players in Maine, right? So I think he'll have, he has that persona, that story, whether he has the personality, I think that's going to happen. And he doesn't turn 19 until December. He's born in 06. I have shirts in my closet that I bought in 06.
And my suits are coming back from 2006.
Exactly.
So to say this is who he is, I think he'll develop, and then once he gets more endorsements and once he gets kind of comfortable being a professional, I think he'll be definitely one of the big faces of the league.
Gotcha.
Eyeballs have been on him for 3-4 years.
People have known he was going to be the top pick for years.
He was at the tryouts last year, and he fit in. Nothing phases him. That's the thing. He has the mental toughness, which is opening. A lot of players look the same from the shoulder down. This is what makes the big-time pros.
All right, you heard it there. All right, guys. So after 21 years, there's certainly a lot of memories. After the break, I'm asking the panel to reflect on their favorite Summer League moment or memories. Stick around. All right, welcome back to Sin City Beat. Well, the NBA Summer League has done much more than fill a basketball void in the summer months. It has created moments and memories that will stay with NBA fans forever. So, Warren, after 21 years of the Summer League, what's been your standout favorite memory?
It's like asking me to pick my favorite kid. Come on, you can't do that to me. Look, I always go back because we see our league in terms of growth. We know our first year, you could swing 10 dead cats and not hit anybody. But we had an incredible roster. Al Jefferson, we had Perkins, Rajon Rondo, Tony Allen, we were doing a movie on. I mean, Dwight Howard, Juwan Howard, they were out here for our league. But the thing that stands out to me, because it was something that gave us a uniqueness, there's never been two gyms where teams play simultaneously. And the John Wall up against Jeremy Lin was this pivotal moment where people were like, we can't get in. I came up close and personal with the fire marshal, and I didn't want to know him. And all of a sudden he's telling me, you can't have this. We had to sit. And from that moment, we were able to go to two gyms. And we did it the next year with Griffin from the Clippers. And we had people all over the place playing against his brother, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Taylor Griffin. Yeah, very interesting. So, okay, look at that. Now, Paloma, what about you? I mean, reflecting, what
For
comes
sure.
to mind?
You know, I moved to Vegas in 2020, so it was peak pandemic. And I do remember just Summer League coming in after COVID, just the sparkle in everyone's eye, really how much this event means to the city. People just coming together and watching sports again, too. That's so special. And I'd have to say post-COVID, you know, it was just special to have the NBA Summer League back in town, to see all the local vendors kind of having an opportunity to be out in the community again. So, you know, when something's taken away and it comes back to Las Vegas, it really shows you the love, the passion in the city for basketball, for NBA, but also the WNBA All-Star game going on simultaneously during Summer League. That was huge for Las Vegas to have all the NBA stars at the WNBA All-Star game and just kind of the marriage between the WNBA and the NBA. In my opinion, the All-Star game should be here every summer, but look at the door that has opened up in Las Vegas with Summer League, now a potential NBA team coming to Las Vegas. I mean, the sky is the limit for the growth in this town.
We're going to be talking about that coming up shortly. And yeah, I mean, just seeing so many of the NBA superstars support the WNBA, especially with the Aces here. You see a lot of that during Summer League as well. Gary, what about you? We got a minute left. What comes to mind for you when you reflect?
Well, it's always the stories of the number one pick, the Wimbies, the Cooper Flaggs. I remember a night, former Rebel Marcus Banks scored 47. He was kind of making a comeback. I think he was playing for the Celtics Summer League team, and he played at Thomas and Mack, and he scored 47 points.
Damn.
And it was kind of his like re-entry into bat. Like he was like, okay, because I think he had some injuries, and early career didn't go well, so he comes back and joins the Summer League team and has 47 points on his home where he played college ball. And I just remember that night of him kind of shining and the fans going crazy because obviously not many, you know, former Rebels are here in the NBA as much as there used to be. And he kind of was like, yeah, this is my comeback and I'm here and I'm home. And it was like just that amazing night. And that's the one that stands out. It's some of the players who I remember Marco Bellinelli, his first game scoring 41 points, and everybody thinking, oh my God, who is this kid from Italy?
Yeah.
This is going to be the next multi-superstar. And you know, the overreactions are always very fun, but some of the guys it's their shining moment. Sometimes this is as good as it gets for them.
Right, Marco Bellinelli. Look at that.
Marcus Banks shut it down right after the game because he had the guarantee deal. And on that team there you're talking about with Marco Bellinelli, they also had Anthony Morrow, who scored in the 40s. You know who the third best player on that team was?
Who?
Curry.
Steph Curry.
Wow. Oh, yeah, Golden State.
Don Nelson wasn't looking at him as the future.
Oh,
He's looking at the other two kids.
How
about
funny
that?
Is that?
Yeah,
Look
some
at that.
Curry kid was like, on the
Too
bench.
funny.
They kept saying, hit the weight room.
All right, well, the NBA comes to the desert for Summer League, and naturally, Las Vegas locals want to know, just like Paloma Villicana, when is an NBA franchise coming to Vegas? After the break, we're talking more on a potential NBA franchise in Vegas. All right, welcome back to Sin City Beat. So locally, there's been so much conversation around the Athletics and their eventual move to Las Vegas. And if I may do a bit of cross-promotion here, Wednesdays at midnight here on Fox 5, tune into Covering the Bases, where we talk all things A's baseball. Now, just after the ballpark groundbreaking, the excitement surrounding the MLB coming to Vegas has certainly gained some momentum. But what about the NBA? Paloma, give us your 2 cents on this.
Well, I think I'm more optimistic than many people here in Vegas, but that's just the word, optimistic. There's nothing concrete, there's nothing official. Like you were mentioning, it has to come from the NBA. We're hopeful because there is a WNBA team here. Mark Davis has invested a lot of money, built their facility right next to the Raiders. But nothing is signed, sealed, and delivered. Lots of rumors, but of course we'd love to see something official in the future.
Gary, what do you think? I mean, will this happen one day? Look, it doesn't look promising from your face. If you had to guess, is it going to happen one day and when, if?
Okay, one day, probably. But right now, the owners they're coming off, the player salaries have never been higher. You had Devin Booker just signed a 2-year, $150 million extension. That's $75 million a year. Eventually, there's going to be a $100 million player. Whether it be Wemby, whether it be Cooper Flagg, some NBA player is going to make $100 million a year. So owners are about their money. Okay. So the question is, what benefits them most? Does expansion, cutting the pie in 2 more slices, because you're going to want to bring 2 teams to 32 teams, does that benefit the current ownership group? Is Las Vegas being the quote unquote the smaller market, even though it's an amazing city and we all love it here and it's got everything you ever want? It's not the biggest market. So all those logistics go down. And I think Commissioner Adam Silver is probably going to kick the can down the road. I don't think expansion at this point is a major priority. I think it's a priority because he keeps hearing about it, and he'll hear about it tomorrow when he meets with the owners at Thomas and Mack, and there'll be plenty of media members that will ask him about Vegas in the future. But I don't think it's something that's like, okay, we're going to have a team here by 2030.
Listen, we got 15 seconds. We're crossing our fingers. We're all hopeful. Paloma, Warren, Gary, thank you so much for joining us, guys. Go to UNLVtickets.com. Still time to go see NBA Summer League. I'm Mike Davis. We'll see you next time here on Sin City Beat.